Hey there, YouTube, it's Petey Two Finger, and real quick, I got to get out of here. I'm running an errand. So this is a runoff ROG Thunderbird. I purchased this from 1776 effects. As you can see, it's written on there, 1776, over here by my pinky. I've got this about 3/4 done. This is about an hour and a half. We were working quick with my partner, my lovely assistant, ever talented and charming Gompty. Hands me a couple of parts, R1 and R2. And she'll bend them how they go into the PCB and stick one of them into the fabric, the blanket. Stab it into the blanket and lay the next one next to it. And then I know, well, the one that's stabbed in there is 1, and the one that's laying down is 2. And this board is labeled as far as R1, R2, and I'll throw them in there, flip it over, solder it, and then use my snips to cut off the leads. And by the time I'm done with that, she's got the next parts waiting for me. So that's how we do it. This Thunderbird circuit is a Marshall Super Lead, which is a 100-watt amplifier that has a distinctive character to it. I'm building this to build not into a pedal, but as the front end of an amplifier. So this is going to be a cache box with some batteries in it, lithium-ion rechargeable, 15 of them. 24 volts for the amplifier, and then a 12-volt pack to run this. Now, this has volume, gain, tone, bass, treble, and mid-range. You get that tone as like a slant EQ. So this particular project uses those yellow ones. Those are what's called a tantalum capacitor, and they have polarity, and they're much more expensive than our typical small value capacitor. They're really expensive, comparatively speaking. Uses LM833 is the dual op amp, so there's 6 stages in here. We can take a look. I've got the schematic here if you'd like to see it. So yeah, 6 stages. There's a diode clipping here with some ultra bright green LEDs. There's a tone stack here in the beginning. It's 6 stages. It's a complicated circuit. And we have the powering section here, utilizing an LT1054, which is a charge pump. 9 volts comes in, 24 volts comes out. So we have VCC and VREF. We have this LT1054 along with this BJT switching transistor on the input, connecting to the ring jack of the input jack. So it's kind of there's a little bit more going on. And what you end up with is a high gain Marshall in a box. So this will work really well as an amplifier. I'll be able to hopefully utilize this as a center channel amp, wet, dry, wet rig, and get enough gain out of it where I won't have to run a dirt box on the floor. Mind you, it's a wet, dry, wet rig, so if I've got a real lot of gain and dirt and amp sims and cab sims and doodah effects on my right and left channel, my center channel is supposed to be just a plain guitar. But I find that when you're playing high gain sounds and you have not really anything distorted out of the main speaker, it doesn't match as well as you would think it would. So I built one last year. I built something similar to this last year, a box amplifier that had a spring reverb. And it really sounded good. That one uses JFETs. The circuit's called a PAL 800. And that's generally people that chase those Marshall in a box effects will tell you that that's about as good as it gets. And it really is. It really does sound incredible. So I'm looking forward to testing this runoff ROG Thunderbird out. It's a little bit more of a complicated circuit, and I wanted to share this before I run off and run my errand. This is what I got done for today. I'm going to end up probably showing you this again as I build this amplifier into a steel cache box. So this is going to be a fun project. I should have this wrapped up within the next couple of weeks, but I'm not in any really huge hurry to do it. Meaning I probably will spend a day today. Maybe I'll do a little work on Saturday. Maybe I'll do a little work next Thursday. I like to work when my partner's here. I don't like to work so much staying up overnight trying to finish something and regretting the lack of sleep. So I tend to work a little bit, take a little, mañana, and that's a fun way to do it. All right, you guys, thanks for joining me for this video. I'll talk to you soon, and peace.